Outlets to Avery Johnson. His pass inside intended for Duncan is broken up. And on the turnover, back comes Los Angeles. 3-on-2, Fisher to Bryant.
That's what the Lakers have to do. Force a turnover, get the ball out and run, get an easy score. That is the deflection, and the Lakers using their speed. Fisher pushing the ball. You see Kobe out running one lane, lays the ball in the basket again. 2 points in game 1, 3 in game 2, now already 2 here in game 3 on the fast break. But this is what they have to do. If they go against that set San Antonio defense.
Fires and misses. Inside 4 minutes to play in the first quarter as Bryant lopes to the front court for the pull-up.
See, Bob, that's what you have to do. You have to attack. The defense could not get back. That's a guy's in foul trouble, but early offense. It doesn't have to be a fast break layup. You push the ball. You get the defense on their heels. You see the big people are not back yet. Shaq with a little bump there and just pull up and knock the shot down. The Lakers have to do more of that, Bob. You've got to get the San Antonio team into things.
Unproductive so far in the series. On in relief at the point guard spot for Fisher. Shaq bumps Purdue off and banks it in.
So he really delivered a blow that time on Will Purdue. Just takes his time. He turns and watch his right shoulder here. As he's going to, his left shoulder, he just drills Will Purdue and kisses the ball off the glass. This is tough to defend. You say don't flop. This is a 330-pound man delivering a blow and scoring.
The foul was on Ellie, his first. Timeout Spurs. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Daniels on Harper. Ori gets it from him and stuffs it home.
There you go. Good action that time on the screen roll with Harper and Ori. Normally, Ori likes to roll back and shoot at that time all the way to the basket. Where was the Spurs interior defense there?
Duncan gives it back to Jaren Jackson for 3.
That's the bench help. Jaren Jackson can make open shots. I talked to Jaren.
Antonio bench. 5 seconds. Duncan gonna have to get it up there and over the outstretched hand of the defender. He hits with 1 second to play.
So look at all the dribbling. You know, you're not going to get assists like this. It's a one-on-one game, and San Antonio will win that kind of battle, although Kobe makes a tremendous shot.
Just on individual talent right there.
They stayed with it, and look where they've gotten themselves.
Duncan does some Duncan, plus he picks up the foul.
A great interior pass that time by Jaren Jackson. J.R. Reed got caught up on the high side and a beautiful baseline bounce pass away from the defense. Watch now, J.R. Reed's going to get caught up on the high side. This is the way Utah feeds the post with Karl Malone. No help on that baseline, and Duncan with a powerful finish.
Pair of lefty point guards as Fisher is guarded by Johnson. Gets it to Rice and now Fox. And Fox lays it in. Something significant there. It came off decent ball movement. Kobe. Duncan takes him on a switch. Kobe looking to take him against 2 defenders. A little up and under that's no good. Fox is on the glass, and he scores.
Again, Duncan has to be very, very careful right now.
Sean Elliott gets it in to Eller. 5 seconds to shoot. Tim Duncan on the move into the lane, scoops it up. No good, but the tip is there.
Step in front of him.
Rice doubled in the corner. Out to Fox. Here's Fisher. And Fisher takes it right at Duncan and scores.
Smart play, because that a 7-footer Tim Duncan loves to isolate. They're going to run a double team at him. You're going to see Rice, and he just lets him split him. So the double team does no good there. And then the second effort, once again by Duncan to get the score, and Fisher says, you know what, I'll drive the ball in, or maybe I can get fouled. He just muscled that shot in past him.
Lakers back to within 6. Duncan. Kersey hits the follow. Jerome Kersey in his 15th year in the league. A long stretch, of course.
No jump shots. Take it to the basket.
Glenn Rice, jumper over Kersey. There's his first field goal. It's a 2.
I guess I'd live with him shooting that jump shot, Glenn Rice. Well, he has great footwork. He has great fundamentals. He was terrifically coached in college to see Ellie drive the ball to the basket. He was there 4 years. He was worked with Dave Odom and his staff at Wake Forest. Did a wonderful job of teaching this guy the intricacies of playing basketball.
That was Ellie's first field goal. Bryant at the other end drills a 3. Kobe now in double figures with 10. Duncan to the glass. Out of the corner, Sean Elliott. The three-pointer increases the lead to 7.
See, he only played 13 minutes in that first.
Derek Fisher takes it all the way and banks it in.
There you go. Be aggressive. Derek Fisher, that's what he's...
Claimed by Sean Elliott. Duncan from Ellie for the slam and the foul.
Oh, what about hands by Duncan? How many big guys could make that catch? I mean, Mario Ellie penetrates and he almost throws the ball behind him, Bob. But look at the great catch and then the concentration to finish. What a great play that time by Tim Duncan. And he sort of thwarts the little thrust.
J.R. Reed, 3 seconds to shoot. Glenn Rice beats the shot clock and hits.
Oh, I really like what Rice is doing. He's not living out in that.
The jumper from the side by Robinson, only his 3rd field goal attempt of the game. He was in foul trouble much of the first half.
When David drives the ball.
Glenn Rice for 3.
Got it going. We've seen it before with Glenn Rice, and he did it by getting to the free throw line and getting the...
Rice. Tie game. Tied at 50. Timeout Spurs.
Sometimes that free throw line is your ally. You get there and you get it going. Glenn Rice playing terrific basketball. He drives it against the shot clock. The nice layup over Duncan. He comes back down the floor. This time he stretches the defense and shoots a 3. And they come back the next possession. They run a screen roll. They get the switch. Now Avery Johnson is guarding him. He steps himself to the foul line, squares it up, step back. 6 straight points for Rice. This crowd is back into the game.
And you're watching the NBA on NBC. If they lose today, the remainder of the series looms as a mere formality. They've got to get back in with a victory today. Fisher, the lob to Shaq.
See, Shaq has been much more effective when he has not been the primary guy on the block. And Derek Fisher is going to break the defense down, and he gets inside. And Shaq, so big and strong, makes himself available, seals off David Robinson, and just sort of flips the ball, tips it in the basket.
Glenn Rice off the dribble. Reed open, head of the key. And the slam by Shaq.
Again, off the ball, the offensive rebound. Bobby had 7 field goals in game 2. Kobe plays the passing lane. He gets his hand up. He gets a steal, and once again, they push the ball out. No set offense. J.R. Reed misses the little open shot, but look inside position as Duncan was fronting, so he could not get around to block him off the boards.
Back live, here's Mario Ellie. Foul a moment ago was Glenn Rice's 3rd. Ball is free, and Kobe picks it off and takes off. The Lakers are on us.
And they're not playing so much half-court basketball. That's when the Spurs are terrific. You see David Robinson lose his footing. Kobe does a great job playing the passing lane, and then the speed and the quickness to finish. Lakers up 6 with those kind of baskets. When you get in front of Shaq on the low block and somebody else takes the shot, there's no way you can get in front of him. Now watch Duncan get in front of him. So when Rice takes the shot, actually it looks like Shaq is the one with inside position, which he is. So if you're going to front, you got to make sure that you got to try to get around to do something, push him in the back. You can't give him those easy baskets. That's a nice work by Shaquille.
David Robinson's pass finds Mario Ellie. Ellie has only 4 points, but even in games where he doesn't score double. Spurs back trailing by 4. Robinson running the floor for the layup. From the side, Jaren Jackson.
If I'm Kurt Rambis, I got to be real careful. A 6-0 spurt to get him right back.
Here's O'Neal. Fisher snaps it back to him, and the Lakers retake the lead.
One of the things the Spurs want to do when Shaq gives the ball.
Mario Ellie finds David Robinson. Up top, Avery Johnson. Head fake, up in the air. Finally lets it go and hits it.
That's the first time they've been able to get the ball to the weak side of the floor out of the...
Jaren Jackson Gets the roll on the baseline, Jay.
He's really given them a big lift today. Now that's 9 points off the bench.
The pass by Ori is into the hands of Ellie. Foot race with Rice. Mario Ellie wins it.
Terrific job by David Robinson in the post.
Derek Fisher penetrating. Tough shot.
Not only that, but that's the 4th foul on David Robinson. So now Popovich has got to think about, do I get him out? This is twice that Fisher has gone to the basket and thrown his chest into the big man to create the foul. This is a strong young guy right here. He can finish after he gets the bump.
There are times when Fisher is ineffective.
Production when you get more than 2 points for every shot.
Fisher to Shaq. Plus the foul.
And who's creating this? Fisher. He's going back to playing point guard here once again, and he's breaking the defense down.
The foul is on Duncan, his 4th, and as you watch this, it's really needless because Shaq could not be stopped.
Again, Shaq is off the ball again, Bob. How often have we talked about how effective he's been in this court?
By a deuce. Ellie tries to make it 5, and does.
Got to have that perimeter shooting. When they're starting to make that double team so strong down there on Duncan. Move the basketball. Now your perimeter people got to make shots.
The edge of his sneaker must have been on the line. That was a 2-point basket and a 4-point lead. This is for 3. And that is a 3-pointer by Derek Fisher, who suddenly has come to life.
Again, Bobby's got the hard to do because you're taking away your 2 best players.
Shaq on the bench as the 4th begins. Rice pumps up a 3 and pumps up the crowd.
That's a 1-3 screen roll into a big screen.
Kobe against 2 defenders. Ball loose. Poked into the hands of Ori. Inside for Shaq, and Rose had to foul him, but Shaq hit with the left hand anyway.
How about Shaq changing hands?
Tim Duncan. Jaren Jackson with the jumper. And the game is tied at 72.
Well, this guy has made some...
Hasn't played a minute in this series. 0 for 7 against Minnesota in round 1. How about that from Kobe Bryant? And in his mind, there is no such thing as a bad shot because he...
Talking during the commercial break, when he said, you know, Kobe's got to stop forcing stuff. He's getting himself in trouble. He comes right out of the timeout with that move right there. Game.
Sean Elliott hits the 3.
Now, Bob, we talk so much about, you know, if you got to...
David Robinson. Duncan. And the tip drops.
How about that tip? Was that...
Glenn Rice. Kobe for 3. He's got 20. And LA up by 4.
Now Glenn Rice drives baseline. He drives both big guys, 2 passes to Kobe Bryant, who buries the 3 and gives his team a 4-point lead. But penetration, ball movement, they're at their best when they're assisting, and they're doing that right now.
Elliott into Robinson. Tie game.
See, that was great, though. David Robinson was on the weak side. They ran high screen. 5.5 minutes to go. They're all critical.
Rice. He's got 24.
And he's taking the ball to the basket. Today, he's not a specialist. He's not a stand-up 3-point shooter.
LA by 3. Avery Johnson around the Duncan screen and pulls his team back to within 1. San Antonio looking to go in front. Jackson puts them there. It's a 2-point basket. San Antonio 85.
If they go to Shaq, Rose will foul him. He will not let him get an easy one here.
Inside 3 minutes in game 3. Fisher, tough shot to give the Lakers the lead. And there's a San Antonio foul. Avery Johnson for the tie.
You got to give the little guy credit. They're making him make shots, and he's doing it.
Up in Robinson's hands. Here's Avery Johnson running the break to Duncan. Look at that play.
Remember I talked about the big men running the floor, Bob? When that ball changed hands.
Fisher to Ori. Huge shot. He hasn't made many of them, but that one comes when it counts.
Under pressure.
NBA titleists 94 and 95 with the Rockets. For 3, it's Jackson, and it's San Antonio in front.
Now they're double teaming off the passer. Jaren Jackson's hot.
Sean Elliott. Open is Johnson. Avery Johnson.
How hard has he worked through the years?
Elliott takes it. They won't bother to foul. Jackson is free for the easy layup to give himself 22. The Lakers just walk it off, staring at a sweep unless they can gather themselves for tomorrow. The Spurs 103 and the Lakers 91. Coming up next, as we said on NBC, a double feature of The Pretender. After an all-new one-hour show, stay tuned for the